question that's been on everybody's mind in 2023, is AI a hype or a new zeitgeist? Those who believe that it's a hype, raise your hands. Okay. And those who believe that it's going to be a new zeitgeist, as big, if not bigger than the internet, make some noise. Okay. And those who aren't sure, hang in tight. I'll tell you in a moment. Okay, so the answer is a bit nuanced. Let's start with the good news. The good news is that 2023 has seen AI emerge as a mega trend. There is a lot of investment going into it, and it's trending to explode just like the internet did. And right now, 2023 feels like 1999, and the party just got started. The bad news is that I'm really concerned about the current state of AI today. And I don't mean AI safety or security. The news media does a great job at bringing those to your attention. I'm talking from my experience as the leader of a company that helps enterprises with their innovation done right. I've had a front row seat to some of the most advanced implementations of AI in business. And it is from that point of view I'm telling you that AI faces a much bigger problem out there. And that is most AI projects are still stuck in the lab, and there's not been enough progress at helping it evolve to live up to its promise. According to Forbes, less than 1% of AI projects are generating ROI. Think about it. Even the best AI today is a useful assistant at best. ChatGPT, Tesla full self-driving. Name your favorite AI. Is it more than a useful assistant? These represent some of the most significant breakthroughs in AI, or you can say science, that we have seen in the past 5 to 10 years. And in spite of all of this, AI is still struggling to live up to its promise. So why is that? That is because there's a secret ingredient that's been missing from the current AI equation. But before I can tell you about it, let me share with you how I got from there to here today. My journey with AI began back in 2018. I had a dream of the world's first completely touch-free door-opening robot powered by AI. And around this time, I was building my new company, Techolution, and we were gaining a reputation for doing innovation right at a fixed price for enterprises. And for some reason, I decided to take this distracting pet project that involved not just software, AI, let's say, but it involved hardware, which I knew nothing about, right? How much fun was that? I thought the hardware was going to be hard, but as it turns out, the AI was even harder. And in spite of having some of the best data scientists and ML engineers on staff, we were stuck. It wasn't working outside of a lab. And the AI consulting projects that we took on for customers were also not working outside of a lab. So now, backed into a corner with angry customers, bleeding money, I had no choice but to roll up my sleeves and get back into the engineering. I'm glad I did, because that's when I discovered the secret ingredient. And since then, we've gone on to deliver dozens of AI wins for customers that are still generating ROI out there in the real world. If you want to check out some of these demos, again, stop by booth 147, or you can email us. Okay, so speaking about all of this failure and then eventually succeeding reminds me of a quote from my book that Forbes telling me they will be publishing by the holidays or around the new year. So please check it out at the bookstores. And the quote is that failure is painful, but it's even more painful if you don't learn and evolve from it. And learn and evolve I did, because that's what led me to the 5 secrets that I'm going to share with you today so that you can make your own leap from lab-grade AI to real-world AI. And that's actually a summary of what's going to be in my second book coming out this spring called AI Done Right. So let's get into it. Secret number 1. There is more hype than reality around AI's maturity today. No, AI cannot solve all of your business problems yet, no matter what anybody tells you. So be skeptical if any big tech or SaaS company tries to sell you an API that is general purpose AI and tells you that it will solve your specific purpose problem for your business out of the box, because it doesn't exist. In fact, I was in search for that myself, and then I ended up waiting for a year, ordering my Tesla full self-driving, which was supposedly the best AI at the time. And when it came, those are my hands, actually, on my Tesla there. And I can tell you, full self-driving AI is as real as Santa, okay? So why is that? Because of Pareto rule. In all fairness, big tech have invested millions and billions in training large neural network models against massive data sets to solve a problem with AI. But that only gets you 80% there, because it has not seen the other 20% specialized knowledge that you need that only exists in the head of your domain experts in your company, right? So how do you get from that 80% where they leave you off? It's like hiring a college grad. You don't want to start from scratch, but how do you get from that to getting a useful AI that solves your problems and deliver ROI? That is very difficult, can take very long, and that's why you need the right accelerators that can bring each iteration from months down to days and hours, like the one that we've built. And that leads me to secret number 2. Only focus on specific purpose AI. That is a lot more achievable, and it's more likely to bring you ROI. Leave the big models that solve general purpose problems to big tech. It's a big gamble, and you can't afford to take it. For example, instead of trying to go out there and build a customer service AI that's going to solve for your entire industry, start by building the best customer service AI for a specific department in your business, and then you build up from there. Okay, now before you go out and start building your specific purpose AI, even that's really hard, and that's why you have to know about secret number 3, which is assemble a holistic AI center of excellence. The problem today is most thought leaders that offer an AI COE come from a general management, IT audit, and general consulting, IT consulting background. And they offer all kinds of center of excellences. And AI is so novel, it's so difficult, right? And that's why their advice typically gravitates towards what they know best. How to manage risk, how to manage security, and how do you get your data strategy right. Let me tell you, you can spend all the time you want getting your risk, getting your data strategy right. That is not going to get you real-world AI. In fact, it's nice to have, it's not a requirement. One is like taking a flight to Japan across the world. The other one's like trying to go to Mars. Very different skill, very different tool set that you need. That's why you have to be very careful, select the right partner that is actually a living leader in AI that can guide you through this journey, because anybody can deliver lab-grade AI, but real-world AI is a whole different ballgame. So make sure that whoever you pick can not only articulate AI, but they can show you what they're doing with AI. Now, if you want to see what we're doing with AI, again, stop by, booth 147, or you can email us. Okay, now, whichever way you go with your AI COE, just make sure that it's holistic and it's balanced with these 3 core pillars that are critical for succeeding in AI. 1, what to do, very important, then how to do AI right, and finally, how to manage the risk of AI. So we start usually our COE with the trillion-dollar question, what to do with AI, and we help you figure that out, what's the right answer for you, because that's where success and failure begins with AI. You pick the wrong battle, you're doomed, okay? Now, how you do it, once you figure out what to do, is also important, because according to Gartner, 80% of enterprises fail to utilize AI because of a lack of expertise. Now, you all probably have had machine learning engineers and data scientists for years and years, but yet you have advanced analytics probably, but you don't have the modern day AI that everybody is expecting. So that's why, as Albert Einstein said, doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different outcome is the definition of anybody? Insanity. So let's be sane and equip your team with novel tools and processes that are proven to deliver real-world AI. For example, we recommend that your core AI team is made up of these skill sets, right? And depending on your use case or the industry that you're solving for, you may need some additional skill sets part of that core team. And that's the kind of customized guidance that we would give you should you decide to pick us as your partner, help you with your AI COE. Okay, so COE is cool and all, and it's instrumental, but please do not go out there and build any real-world AI until you learn about the next secret, secret number 4. That is, there are 4 categories of AI. First one, lab-grade AI. Just like you all began in school, so does AI. It begins in the lab. And then the second type is assistant-grade AI. As soon as it can become useful as an assistant, that's the accelerator to where everybody wants to be, real-world AI, where it's performing pretty autonomously, doing the job of a mid-skilled person in the field. And eventually, sooner hopefully than later, it gets the holy grail of AI, the 4th category, autonomous grade AI. Now, the number of iterations needed to get to where you want to be with AI is fixed for every given skill. So if you're trying to teach something simple like counting inventory, maybe past the lab you need 100 learning iterations. And maybe if you're trying to teach it how to drive a car on its own, that might be 1,000,000 iterations in the real world beyond the lab. And that's why what you choose to do with AI is extremely important, right? Now, what you have control over is the speed and effectiveness at which you get through those learning iterations that you cannot skip, and getting through all the different categories of AI that I mentioned. And that can happen with the right accelerator, like, for example, the one we built. I'm sure there are others out there. And our accelerator that's given us so much success and proven itself is actually completely based on the next and last secret. And I'm about to share this with you. The secret ingredient is RLEF. Any guesses on what it stands for? Okay, I'll tell you. Reinforcement learning with expert feedback. Why does this matter? Well, let's start back in the lab where we began. So your AI begins, just like you go to university, machine learning engineers setting up their training scripts against the data set that your data scientists carefully put together, and it's learning from book literature, you might say. But the sooner you build a useful assistant, and that's a little bit of an art and a science, now your AI gets exposed to real-world scenarios that it will never see in the historical data set, because those only exist in your domain experts' heads. And how do you build that relationship between your AI and your domain expert is the secret to success. And only those who get this right, this is the rite of passage, make it to real-world AI. Okay? Now, as I said, it's delivering profit for you. It's mostly autonomous. Occasionally, when it trips up, it's pairing up with a domain expert to help it out. But it's doing great. Now, without the following, AI integrity awareness, everybody focuses on accuracy of models. The integrity awareness of your model is everything. At Techolution, we practice this every day, and I can actually write a book about this. And only if you get this strategy right, AI integrity awareness, you get to the holy grail, autonomous grade AI. At this point, you can cut the cord with the domain expert. It is generating the next level of profit for your business. And there's only one thing to worry about at this point. That is your jobs. Other people's jobs, it's okay. We'll replace it with AI. But your jobs must be protected, right? All right, so if you want to learn about these 5 secrets and how to apply it for your organization, that's what our AI Center of Excellence is for. We'll guide you through it. Or, as I said, you can buy my book in the spring. All right, so the trillion-dollar question now, what to do with AI? Well, my colleague here, Tim D'Alessio, yesterday gave a wonderful 1-hour talk track on the top 5 trending AI use cases in 2024. If you want a full copy of the video and the white paper, please email us. But for now, I'm going to give you the New York City Express version of it. Okay? And number 5, Enterprise GPT. Right? So you take an Enterprise GPT maker that can use any LLM, can run it on any cloud you like the one that we have created. Basically, for example, you teach it your HR policy book across the world, and within 20 minutes, it's answering employees' questions about leave policies and 24/7, and that's a great way to fight inflation and cost pressures that you have. Likewise, you can apply this to finance, CFO, and whatnot, so you can get on-demand, accurate answers. At number 4 is customer engagement AI. Now imagine taking that same Enterprise GPT maker I mentioned, click a button, you teach it your company's products. You teach it basically how to, your best customer service is answering questions to customers who are trying to buy from you. And effectively, you're scaling it to solve the following problem. Did you know that on average, every customer service conversation with a human being costs $8 per conversation? But with a chatbot, it's 10 cents. But that's the problem. Who wants to speak to a bot? It's limited and pretty terrible. Now, with this new age of customer engagement AI, within 20 minutes, it's basically serving your customers with expertise, empathy, and endurance. It doesn't quit on you. It's never rude to your customers. It's getting smarter every day and never asks you for insane raises. Okay. So if you want to see this customer engagement AI in action, again, stop by our booth or email us for a demo. At number 3 is tech stack modernization AI. Technical debt. Who loves technical debt? Oh, sorry, getting rid of technical debt. Nobody? All right, I'll zoom through this one then. Well, did you know that 70% of the world's transactional system still runs on COBOL? And the average COBOL developer is 55 plus, and most of them are going to be retiring every day through the end of this decade. So we got a big problem brewing here, and that's why you need, and you're going to see the emergence of tech stack modernization AI. Like the one we call ours Allen. It basically takes COBOL or CBasic or any legacy code you want and converts it into a modern tech stack and maintains it well after your engineers quit, go to sleep, or ask for a crazy raise. Okay. At number 2, it's my favorite, physical labor AI. Did you know that last year, 500,000 more baby boomers retired than Gen Zs entered the workforce? Okay, you might be thinking this is a crazy post-COVID phenomenon that's not going to happen again. Well, I'm telling you that physical labor shortage and inflation is here to stay because birth rate in the United States has been 1.6. You need 2.1 babies per couple just to keep the population going. And in Europe and China, it's even worse, 1.3. India's is dropping. So US used to rely on immigration, like me, came here a long time ago, helped fill the labor gap, right? But where are those new laborers going to come? Where's the new talents going to come from? Even the other countries aren't making enough babies. Now, if every one of you want to fix this problem, you want to go back home tonight and make a baby, and make a baby every year for the next 5 years, guess what? Those babies won't come of age until 20 to 25 years from now to make a difference to the labor shortage. So guess what? For the next 2 decades, we're stuck with this problem. That's why you need the human intelligence of AI with a consistent physical form of AI robots, as I call them, coming together to solve the next level problems. So for that, I would like to call backstage Vivek, who's our head robotics engineer, and he's going to show you our physical robot AI named Alice. Back in the office, Alice does some pretty geeky stuff, like she does quality control of high-precision orthopedic screws, or she takes inventory and fulfills orders for retail. But at a conference, she wants to be more fun. She wants to be a bartender. It's Alice right here, this little arm and the gripper. And that's a beverage center here. So Vivek, could you serve us a drink? Can we open the fridge and see what's in there? Oh, let Alice tell us what's in there. So that's Alice opening the refrigerator here. I was told that we are the first company in the world to open a refrigerator door, because we looked for the code, it doesn't exist, so there's some fancy AI depth camera going on to open it, and I hope it actually opens all the way. We've done this many times, but you know, the demigods are with us, so we're good. All right, okay. Now she's going to go back, and she's going to take a live inventory of what's in the fridge right now. So, and she's going to tell us in a moment. Look at the chat screen here. Hopefully she's going to tell us what's in there. So we've got a Coke, 2 Cokes on top. Yeah? 3, 1 at the bottom. Yeah? That looks about right. 3 Canada Dry ginger ale. All right, what would you guys like to drink today? Coke? That's too easy, right? How about we have some fun with Alice? My engineers will probably think I'm evil. I'm going to try to trip it up. Hey, Vivek, can you ask Alice to serve us a drink that has the name of a country in it? Any guesses on what that might be? Do you know a drink that has the name of a country in it? Long Island iced tea, maybe? Oh, no, that's not a country, sorry. What's that? Beer? Yeah. Okay. You said Taiwan beer? Okay. I didn't know about that one. I'll check it out. All right, look at that. She guessed Canada Dry. Oh, let's see. She's going to serve us. Now, there's some really advanced computer vision AI, robotics AI, with Gen AI working together to get us that Canada Dry. Let's hope it doesn't crush it. That happens, by the way, with regular robots. But that's the difference between AI robots and regular robots. AI robots are dynamic like humans. Can do things on the fly. And here comes our Canada Dry. Ooh, on the table, look at that. Hey, Vivek, do I owe her a tip? No? Anybody wants Canada Dry? All right. I knew you were a very exciting crowd. Thank you. All right, so now we're running out of time. Before they boot me out of here, let's get back to our deck and wrap up. So that was number 2, by the way. Now you know why it's my favorite, physical labor AI. Because I'm too lazy to serve myself drinks. Can we get back to the PowerPoint? All right, she even closes the door. Cool. All right, well, while they pull up the PowerPoint here we go. At number 1, autonomous inventory AI. That is the #1 use case because retail, gosh, I'm so happy I'm not in retail. They're hurting and they got big problems. Did you know that 79% of US retailers either underbuy or overbuy? You do, you're screwed. You don't do, you're screwed. All right. Well, putting that in perspective, when they underbuy, that equates to a $1.4 billion loss in GDP and revenue for the industry. On the flip side, when they overbuy, it's a direct hit on their bottom line, which is already razor thin thanks to Amazon. So what to do? Who do you save, the economy or your bottom line? Well, that's why you need a perfect balance that can be brought to you by real-time inventory AI with real-time sales forecasting AI. When you bring those two together, you don't have to make that choice, and you can improve your top line and your bottom line. And case in point, a few years ago, during the pandemic, one of the biggest convenience store chains in the US came to us and said, hey, we can't hire enough people because of COVID, and we're facing the worst food inflation that they've ever seen. So we basically built the solution, and we were able to actually deliver 70% cost savings that directly improved their bottom line, and the top line inadvertently, sales actually went up by 5%. Now, this is too good to believe. Why don't you hear directly from the employees at the store that actually
now I would say over the last 8 weeks, it's really been working effectively. And looking at our spoilage percentage, and it's been cut in half, and I'm shocked by how effective it's actually been. So, I was turned from a doubter into a believer right now. So, yeah.
All right. So if you want to see this very technology, it's at our booth 147. Or if you want the full 1-hour video from Tim here, with the top 5 use cases, with demos and his research, email us. We're happy to send that to you. Now, they're telling me to wrap up. 2 minutes. I'm done. Promise, right? Before I get booted off stage. Okay. So there's only one question that remains. Anybody wonders what happened to my pet project, the Doorbot? Why don't we hear directly from its very first customer?
Door open. Wow. You like the robot?
Yeah, he's a friendly robot.
Yeah. Why do you like him?
Because he's good.
And
Good boy.
That's priceless. I'm glad I had my camera on at that time. Well, in tech, fads come and go every few months. And every few years, you get to see evolutionary technology. But only once or twice in one's lifetime, we get to see truly game-changing technologies. And right now, with this buzz of AI starting to feel like 1999, when the internet was coming for the world. And after that, the world never looked the same again, never functioned the same. And I'm willing to bet you, 5 years from now, everything's going to look very different. Funny enough, I asked AI to generate a picture of what a .com, or for those of you who aren't old enough, an internet party looked like in 1999, and that's what it came up with. Pretty accurate, except it's in 2023 resolution. So now that you know how to do AI, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit back and wait to see what happens and get disrupted? Or are you going to go back home, roll up your sleeves, and make your move, deliver real-time AI, real-world AI, one sprint at a time? Because only those who get AI done right now are going to deliver the next level of profitability for their businesses. They're going to boost their careers. They're going to do more good for their customers. And most importantly, you're going to influence what the future looks like with AI so that we can leave a better version of the future for the next generation. Let's do it right. Thank you.